Imagine waking up tomorrow with a sense of unshakable calm, no matter what life throws at you. Annoying co-workers, unexpected bills, or that crushing weight of uncertainty about the future. Sounds impossible, right? But what if I told you there's an ancient approach, one that's brutally practical, refreshingly simple, and proven by centuries of human experience that can help you face life's chaos with confidence? This isn't about sitting on a mountaintop meditating or burying your emotions under a fake smile. This is about real, actionable wisdom, Stoic wisdom that you can start applying today to take back control of your thoughts, emotions, and decisions. Now you might be thinking, Stoicism, isn't that just about being cold and emotionless? Not even close. It's about strength, resilience, and learning how to turn life's challenges into opportunities for growth. In this video, we're diving into the raw, practical tools that Stoicism offers for tackling everyday problems. Tools that help you deal with toxic people, stress, and those moments when you feel like everything is spiraling out of control. If you've ever felt overwhelmed or stuck in a cycle of frustration, this is for you. By the end of this video, you'll have a roadmap for staying grounded in the chaos, reclaiming your peace, and living with purpose. So, stick around, because the solutions we're about to explore might just change the way you see the world, and more importantly, the way you live in it. Number 1. The ego burn. Embrace the insult. You know what's funny? We spend so much time and energy trying to avoid getting hurt by what others say, yet we hand over our peace of mind the moment someone throws an insult our way. Let me ask you this. What if I told you the best way to deal with an insult isn't to brush it off, fight back, or even ignore it? Instead, the most powerful move is to embrace it, fully, intentionally, and with open arms. Sounds counterintuitive, right? Trust me, it works. Think about it. We've all been there. Someone makes a cutting remark at work, a sarcastic jab at the family dinner table, or an unnecessary dig on social media. You feel that flush of anger, embarrassment, maybe even hurt. You replay it over and over, crafting the perfect comeback you wish you'd said. Exhausting, isn't it? But here's the thing. The insult only stings because we give it power. What if you flip the script? Instead of resisting, lean in. Let the insult hit, observe how it feels, and then, this is the key, strip it of its power by owning it. I know, this might sound like you're letting people walk all over you, but hear me out. When you embrace the insult, you're not agreeing with it. You're showing that it can't control you. For example, if someone calls you lazy, instead of launching into a defensive rant about how busy you've been, try this. Pause, smile, and say, "You're right. I've mastered the art of efficient laziness. I should write a book about it." Watch their confusion. They were expecting resistance, but you disarmed them with self-awareness and humor. It's psychological judo. You let the weight of their insult trip them up while you stay grounded. I remember once at a team meeting, a colleague jokingly called me a perfectionist nightmare because I kept pushing for better results. Instead of shrinking or snapping back, I laughed and said, "Absolutely. If it's worth doing, it's worth perfecting. You're welcome for the high standards." Not only did it diffuse the tension, but it also flipped the narrative. The insult became my strength, and instead of feeling attacked, I felt in control. This isn't about becoming passive or pretending words don't hurt. It's about reclaiming your power. By embracing the insult, you're telling the world and yourself that your self-worth isn't up for debate. You're not a prisoner to someone else's opinion. Sure, it takes practice, and sometimes the sting will still linger, but over time, you'll notice something amazing. The more you embrace, the less it burns. This is about more than just handling criticism. It's about building unshakable confidence. It's about owning your quirks, your flaws, and even the things others might see as weaknesses. Because when you stop running from insults and start standing tall, you reclaim your peace, your power, and yes, your dignity. So next time someone throws an insult your way, smile, nod, and embrace it. It's their words, but it's your strength. Number 2. The silent refusal. Say no without explaining. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you said yes to something you didn't really want to do? A dinner you didn't have the energy for? A work project that wasn't even your responsibility? A favor that threw your whole day off track? If you're nodding right now, you're not alone. We've all been there, saying yes because it feels easier than explaining why we can't. But what if I told you that saying no without offering a single explanation is one of the most liberating things you can do? Yes, just no, full stop. No justification, no excuses. Sounds terrifying, right? Trust me, it's a game changer. Picture this. Your coworker asks if you can cover for them, even though you're already drowning in deadlines. Or maybe your friend casually assumes you'll plan the group trip because, well, you always do. You feel that familiar pressure, the little voice in your head whispering, if you say no, they'll think you're selfish. So you scramble for a polite excuse, or worse, cave in and agree. And later you're stuck resenting them and yourself. Sound familiar? Now imagine a different scenario. They ask and you simply say, no, I can't. Just that, nothing else. Awkward? Maybe at first. Empowering? Absolutely. Here's why this works. When you give an explanation, you open the door for negotiation. I can't because I'm busy invites, oh, come on, it'll only take a minute. Suddenly you're stuck justifying your time and priorities to someone else. But a simple no is like a full stop. It signals boundaries without debate. Yes, it might feel rude at first, especially if you're used to over-explaining. But the truth is, most people respect clarity and confidence. It's not about being dismissive or unkind. It's about valuing your time and energy. I remember trying this for the first time with a close friend. She asked me to help her move. On a weekend, I'd been looking forward to some rare downtime. Normally, I'd make up some half-truth like, oh, I've got a lot going on. Instead, I took a deep breath and said, I can't, but I hope the move goes smoothly. That's it. No elaborate excuse, no guilt-tripping myself into reconsidering. To my surprise, she didn't even blink. She just said, no problem, I'll ask someone else. I spent that weekend guilt-free and realized something huge. Most of the pressure to explain isn't coming from others, it's coming from us. This isn't just about saying no, it's about reclaiming your time, your boundaries, and your peace of mind. When you stop explaining yourself, you send a powerful message to others and to yourself that your choices don't need to be justified. It's about breaking free from the fear of disappointing others and learning to prioritize what truly matters to you. And the best part, the more you practice this, the easier it gets. You'll find that people respect your honesty, even if it catches them off guard at first. So the next time someone asks for your time, your energy, or your resources, and you genuinely can't or don't want to, just say, no, I can't. You don't owe anyone an essay or an excuse. You owe yourself honesty and self-respect. Remember, this isn't about being cold or unhelpful. It's about choosing when and how to give on your terms, your time, your energy, your boundaries. They're yours to protect, and there's no explanation required. Number 3, suffer by choice. Voluntary discomfort. Let's start with a hard truth. Comfort is overrated. Don't get me wrong, comfort is nice. It's cozy blankets, binge-worthy TV shows, and a perfectly brewed cup of coffee. But here's the problem. The more we chase comfort, the less we're able to handle discomfort when it inevitably shows up. And it will show up. So, what if I told you that one of the best things you can do for yourself is to choose discomfort? Deliberately, purposefully, voluntarily. I know it sounds crazy. Why on earth would anyone choose to suffer? But stick with me. This might just change your life. You know that feeling when your Wi-Fi cuts out for 5 minutes and it feels like the end of the world? Or when your favorite coffee shop is out of oat milk and suddenly the day feels ruined? We've all been there. Tiny inconveniences that shouldn't matter but somehow do. Why? Because we've trained ourselves to expect everything to be easy and seamless. But life isn't always smooth, and when real challenges hit, our tolerance for discomfort is pathetically low. The solution? Build your resilience by leaning into discomfort on your terms. Here's the strategy. Practice small, voluntary acts of discomfort. Take a cold shower. Walk to the store instead of driving, even if it's raining. Skip your morning coffee just to see how you handle it. Sounds ridiculous, right? But there's a method to this madness. When you expose yourself to controlled discomfort, you're training your brain to stop freaking out over every little thing. It's like a mental gym. The more you flex your discomfort muscle, the stronger you become at handling life's unexpected curveballs. I remember trying this when I first heard the idea. It was winter, freezing outside, and I decided to take a walk with no gloves or hat. Just me, my coat, and the biting wind. At first, every fiber of my being screamed, "This is awful! Go back inside!" But I didn't. I kept walking, and after a few minutes, something incredible happened. I stopped caring about the cold. My body adjusted, my mind calmed, and I realized I was stronger than the discomfort. That walk taught me more about resilience than any motivational quote ever could. Here's why this works. By choosing discomfort in small, manageable ways, you're rewiring your brain. You're teaching yourself that you can endure, that you're tougher than you think. This isn't about becoming a masochist, it's about building a reservoir of strength you can draw on when life gets hard. And the benefits aren't just mental. You'll start to notice a quiet sense of pride in your ability to face challenges head-on. This is about more than cold showers or long walks. It's about reclaiming your power. When you practice voluntary discomfort, you're telling yourself, "I'm in control, I can handle this." It's not about suffering for the sake of suffering. It's about growth, resilience, and proving to yourself that you're capable of more than you give yourself credit for. So here's my challenge to you. Pick one thing today that feels uncomfortable and do it anyway. It doesn't have to be big, just enough to push you a little out of your comfort zone. Because every time you choose discomfort, you're choosing growth. And that's the kind of strength that nothing in life can take away. Number 4, detach from praise. Reject the compliment. Let me start with something that might surprise you. Compliments can be dangerous. Yes, they're sweet, they're uplifting, and they make us feel good. But here's the catch. When we cling too tightly to praise, we give it the power to define us. Think about it. How many times have you chased approval, consciously or not, just because someone once told you, "You're so good at this," or felt like you had to keep being perfect because people expect it now? Trust me, it's a trap, and the way out is simpler than you think. Reject the compliment. Not rudely, not with arrogance, but with quiet detachment. You've been there, haven't you? Someone says, "Wow, you're amazing at your job," or "You're such a great friend." And sure, it feels great in the moment, but later you find yourself stuck in this weird pressure loop. Now you have to be amazing at work. You have to always be the friend who's there. Otherwise, what happens? Are you still amazing? Still enough? It's exhausting, isn't it? That's because relying on praise to validate who you are is like building a house on quicksand. It shifts, it sinks, and eventually it crumbles. Here's the radical idea. Learn to appreciate compliments without attaching your identity to them. It's like admiring a flower without feeling the need to pick it. When someone praises you, thank them, smile, and move on. Don't let it stick to your ego like glue. The reason? If your sense of self-worth rises with praise, it'll also fall with criticism, or worse, with silence. And you don't need that emotional roller coaster in your life. I'll give you an example from my own life. A few years ago, I gave a presentation at work that got rave reviews. "You're a natural speaker," people said. For weeks after that, I obsessed over every word I said in meetings, terrified I'd fall short of their expectations. Then one day, I realized something. I wasn't presenting for me anymore. I was performing for their approval. So, the next time someone complimented my speaking skills, I smiled and said, "Thanks, I'm glad you enjoyed it." And that was it. No internalizing, no overthinking. It was just nice, liberating even. Here's why this works. When you detach from praise, you take back control of your self-worth. You stop being a puppet to external validation and start living for yourself. Detachment doesn't mean you don't appreciate kind words. It means you don't let them define you. It's like becoming your own anchor in a stormy sea. Praise might feel like sunshine on your skin, but you don't need it to stand tall. This isn't just about freeing yourself from praise. It's about freeing yourself for something greater. When you're no longer chasing approval, you have more time, energy, and mental space to focus on what truly matters. You can pursue your passions, build meaningful relationships, and make decisions based on your values, not on what others might think. So, here's the challenge. The next time someone compliments you, accept it gracefully but don't cling to it. Let it be a passing moment of kindness, not a brick in your foundation, because you are so much more than the sum of others' opinions. You are whole, worthy, and enough, whether the world notices or not. Number 5. The chaos. Pause. Practice. Non-reaction. You ever notice how chaos has this magnetic pull, like it's daring you to jump right into the storm? Someone cuts you off in traffic, your phone buzzes with a passive-aggressive text, or your boss drops a last-minute project on your desk. It's like the universe has a special knack for throwing you into fight-or-flight mode. And what do? We react, instantly, emotionally, often regrettably. But here's the twist. What if I told you that the real power lies in not reacting? Yep, in the heat of the moment, the boldest move you can make is to hit pause, just stop. Now I know what you're thinking. Not reacting. Isn't that just avoidance? Trust me, it's not. This isn't about being passive or letting people walk all over you. This is about reclaiming control in a situation designed to make you lose it. Because, let's face it, we've all been there. Those moments when you snap at someone and immediately wish you hadn't, or when you send that overly emotional reply and regret it 2 seconds later. Reacting on autopilot is easy, but it rarely feels good in the long run, does it? Here's the strategy. When chaos strikes, take a beat. Call it the chaos pause. Instead of firing back or diving into the frenzy, let yourself do nothing. I mean it. Breathe. Count to 5. Let the silence fill the space. This isn't avoidance, it's strategy. Because in that pause, something magical happens. You regain clarity. You shift from reacting to responding, and that's where your power lies. Let me give you an example. A few months ago, I was in a heated work meeting. Tensions were high, voices were rising, and someone threw a comment my way that was so unfair I could feel my blood boiling. My immediate instinct: snap back, defend myself, prove them wrong. But instead, I paused. I just sat there, took a breath, and let the comment hang in the air. And you know what happened? The room shifted. Someone else stepped in to defend me. The conversation moved on, and I didn't lose my cool or my dignity. The chaos pause works because it interrupts the cycle. When you don't react, you take the energy out of the chaos. People expect a reaction. It's what fuels the fire. But when you pause, you disrupt the script. You force yourself, and often others, to step back and rethink. It's not about being passive, it's about being intentional. And here's the real beauty of it. The chaos pause isn't just about handling external drama. It's about mastering the internal chaos too. That split second where you choose to pause. That's you reminding yourself that you're in control, not your emotions, not the situation, not someone else's bad behavior. You are. And that's empowering as hell. This is about reclaiming your peace in a world that thrives on noise and reaction. It's about proving to yourself that you can handle chaos without letting it handle you. So the next time life throws a curveball, try it. Pause, let the moment breathe, and then respond, not with anger, not with panic, but with the calm, centered power of someone who refuses to be swept away. Because in that pause, you'll find your strength, your clarity, and most importantly, your peace. It's not just a pause, it's a choice to be bigger than the chaos around you, a choice to be unshakable. Thank you so much for watching. I truly hope this video gave you some valuable insights, or at least a fresh perspective on how Stoic wisdom can help tackle everyday challenges. If you found it helpful or inspiring, please take a second to hit that like button. It really helps support the channel and lets me know this kind of content resonates with you. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe for more practical tools and empowering ideas to navigate life with clarity and purpose. Know someone who could use a little Stoic strength in their life? Share this video with them. It might be exactly what they need right now. And I'd love to hear from you too. Drop a comment below sharing your thoughts, your own challenges, or how you've applied Stoic principles in your life. Let's start a conversation and learn from each other. After all, we're all on this journey together. Remember, life will always throw challenges our way, but how we respond defines who we are. With a little practice and the right mindset, we can transform obstacles into opportunities for growth. So until next time, stay grounded, stay resilient, and keep building the life you deserve. You've got this.